Okay, happy Thursday, everyone. Okay, let's try that again. Happy Tuesday. Today will be a core flow, not a stretch session. It's nice and cool here in LA. It's been in the upper 60s. I know my friends on the East Coast are getting slammed right now with that humidity that I miss so much. But hopefully the street noise won't be too much as I have the window open. DerekBarris.com/yoga for schedule information. I just posted about the next workshop, which will be on August 9th. So it's a Zoom workshop if you want to actually interact a little bit and go a little deeper into instruction. We're going to do a warrior workshop this time. So we're going to do all 4 warriors, or the first 4. Sometimes I read there's 5. Depends on how you define it. We're going to really break those down and create a nice strong flow based off of that. You will also find playlist links and donation links for these classes if you are so inspired. So today we're going to focus a bit on planking, core strength, and we'll build up a good flow as well. We're going to go up and down a bit here in the beginning, at least from seated to our back. So let's start seated and extend your legs out in front of you and just give your hamstrings a little massage here by bending your knees, just hitting them on the ground. I do have 2 cats here. Hopefully they'll behave, but probably not. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so begin by pointing and through your toe mounds, so creating a demi point in your feet. We're going to get right into it here in our hip flexors today. So you're going to take your hands either to your knees. You can go as far as to your ankles, which is more intense. Now engage your abdominal muscles. We're going to do 10 pulses. Squeeze your inner thighs. All right, and let's lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. 5, 2, and 1. Good. From there, roll onto your backs and hug your knees in. And then extend your legs up to the ceiling and reach your arms forward. If you'd like, lift your chest and head up. We'll go reciprocal, so lower your left leg. And then slow scissor switch. Just doing 10 here. Try to keep your lower back on the ground and try to find an even speed. So you're moving the entire time. We're halfway through. 5 more. Last 3. 2. And 1. Now stay with me here. Lower both legs down, low boat pose. Squeeze into center. Lift up one time, boat pose. And release your legs down. Shake out your legs. Okay, first set out of 3. All right, that's how we're going to start today. Take your hands forward, and let's do a second set of leg lifts for 10. Pulse, 8, 5, 3, 1. Release, roll onto your back, hug your knees in. Second round, legs up. We'll do 10, but 5 on each side. Arms overhead now. We're going to twist. Lower your left leg. Twist your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Come back through center. Roll it. Switch 1. Through center. Over to the right. 2. Just 3 more rounds on these opening twists. 3. There's 4, last round. Now 5, come back through center, low boat pose. Squeeze into center, boat pose. And release your legs down, shake them out. Okay, 2 out of 2, or 2 out of 3, we got 1 more. Math is not my strong point. My wife is in the other room doing trigonometry right now. I can't do addition. Okay, here we go. Legs forward, squeeze your inner thighs, let's go. 10. 5 more. And 1. There it is. Roll down, hug your knees in. Okay, last set, double leg lifts. Legs up. I'm going to work externally rotated. So heels together, toes are going to go out from my thighs. Arms forward, head up, lower down, Lift up 1. We got 10. So again, find an even pace and try to keep your lower back on the ground. So if you go down so low that you're arching your back to compensate, don't go that low. It does not have to be almost to the ground. You can go to a 45-degree angle and still get plenty of work here. There's 5, 5 more. Last 4. Maybe lift your chest a little higher. Final 3. For 2. And 1. Now feet together, lower down, low boat pose. Boat pose. Cross your ankles, downward facing dog, press back. Okay, a little bit of activation there. Now we are gonna begin, we're gonna take a few just little mini flows here, and then we're gonna begin, and in that first sequence, we're gonna build some side planks. So just being ready, modify as needed. Find your down dog, roll out to plank, and then sink your hips down, pull your heart forward, pull your navel in, lift up and back to down dog. All right, so find that nice roll out to plank, and then heart forward, strong center, pull in, and back 2. 1 more, roll out, and 3. Okay, here we go. Let's take our time with it. We're going to start to twist here, get strong. You're going to come out to plank pose. Lift your right leg. Pull your knee to your chest, step to lunge. Stretch your right arm up, twisting runner's lunge. From there, look down, side plank on your left hand. Take an inhale, look to the ground, come into chaturanga, push to plank, left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, step to lunge. Left arm extends, push into your right hand, side plank, right hand. Take an inhale, look down, chaturanga push up, right leg up. Knee to chest, step, right arm up. Side plank, left hand. Inhale. Chaturanga push up. We're halfway through. Left leg up. Knee to chest and step. Left arm up. Side plank, right hand. Inhale. Looking down, lower. Chaturanga, last round. Right leg up and knee in. Step. Right arm up. Step back, side plank. Inhale. Last one, look down. Chaturanga. Left leg up. Knee to chest. Step. Left arm up. Side plank. Inhale. Hand down. Chaturanga. Upward facing. And downward facing. Walk your feet halfway up your mat. Take them about as wide as your mat. And ragdoll. And let that go. Let your shoulders relax. And let your legs relax. So you can bend one knee and the other. Bend both. Sway. It's about 2 more breaths. Okay, let's get our hips ready here, and then we'll start to build a little flow. Feet about mat distance, squat, malasana, drop down, arms forward, maybe up, press up to stand, sweep your arms back 1. Just 5 squats to get ready. Inhale, exhale 2. Nice and slow and controlled. 3 more, inhale. Exhale, push. For 2, and up. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Okay, step to the top of your mat. Toes together, palms together. Close your eyes, 3 breaths, then we flow. Okay, let's take that work, start to build it. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold. Flat back as you inhale. Strong centers, chaturanga, exhale. Flowing back to your downward facing. As you inhale, stretch your right leg up. Nice and easy, step it to lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Hands find the ground. Chaturanga, take your time. As you inhale, left leg stretches up. Draw it in and step. High lunge. And flow. Hands down, take it through. As you inhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop up as you exhale. Stretch up as you inhale, and fold back down. Flat back, lengthen, chaturanga. Stretch your right leg up, pull your knee in, and step. High lunge. As you exhale, left palm to the ground, right arm to the ceiling. Inhale, right arm forward. Hands down, flow. Left leg up. Exhale, step. High lunge. Right hand down, left arm up, twisting runner's lunge. Left arm forward, and hand down, flow back. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop up, exhale. Stretch all the way up, inhale. Palms together, exhale. Right elbow, left thigh, chair twist. Take a breath. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Second side, exhale, take a breath. Stretch it all the way up, inhale. Exhale, forward bend over your legs. Inhale, heart forward, chaturanga, flow to dog. Stretch your right leg up. Nice and easy, step. High lunge, inhale. As you exhale, left palm to the ground, right arm to the ceiling. Take an inhale here, reach for the ceiling. Here we go, side plank, step back. Take an inhale. With control, chaturanga. Inhale, stretch your left leg up. Nice and easy, step. High lunge brings you up, inhale. Hands down, or right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, reach, keep that, side plank, step it over. Take an inhale and flow. Oh, here comes trouble. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump up, exhale. Inhale, stretch all the way up. Exhale, right elbow outside of your left. leg. Now, start to add balance. Push down into your right foot, and then start to stand up. Left knee up. Maybe catch your left foot with your right hand and stretch it out. Revolved bird of paradise. From here, cross your left ankle over your right thigh and sit into pigeon in your chair. Okay, from here, stand up, stretch your left leg forward. Inhale. We're going back, high lunge. Swing your foot back, stretch your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, left palm to the ground, right arm to the ceiling. Inhale. You know where we're going. Side plank, 3 breaths. Drive your left hand down. Strong center for 2. Take another inhale, float your right leg up. We're going to warrior 2. Big step, pivot, and turn. Stretch your arms up, straighten your leg. Through the center line, exhale, warrior 2. Settling in, first deep pose here. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Now reverse your warrior. And then you can bring your forearm to your thigh, or if you're ready, hands to the ground, left arm overhead, extended angle. Breathe for 5. Wrap your right hip in. Really drive your inner left thigh to the back wall. Last 3 breaths. Try to spin the right side of your chest up under your armpit for 2. Pull your palms to your heart. All right, and lift up a little. Turn your chest down. Spin your back heel up. Look forward. Warrior 3. Take off. Take an inhale. Exhale. Lower your leg. Lower your hands. Forward bend. Inhale, stretch all the way up. And second side, left elbow, right thigh, chair twist. Take a breath. Look down. Start to lift your right knee up. Start with your heel. You can stay like this or catch your foot. You don't have to straighten your leg. You can also work with a bent knee in your revolved bird of paradise. And then cross over and sit down into your chair in the pigeon leg for a breath here. Push through your left foot. Stand up. Stretch your right leg forward. And hinge it back, high lunge. Take an inhale. Right palm to the ground, left arm to the ceiling. Twisting runner's lunge. Inhale. Side plank on your right hand and press. All right, 3 breaths. Strong center. Push the ground away. Float your left leg up. Last breath. Warrior 2. Step, pivot, open out. Inhale, stretch up through the center line. Exhale, open out to 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Now reverse your warrior. And then again, you can go left forearm to thigh, hand to the block, or to the ground, right arm up, or over your head, and breathe. So wrap your left hip in and push your inner right thigh to the back wall. Rotate the left side of your chest up for 3. Now pull your palms to your heart, pull up, turn down, back heel up, and looking forward, take off, warrior 3. Inhale. Put your foot down, put your hands down, exhale, take a breath over your legs. Okay, let's keep building it. Inhale, sweep all the way up. We're gonna go right elbow, left thigh, chair twist. You can stay. You can split your arms, or if you want, I'm gonna pull back here so I don't crush Osiris. Lift your heels, drop down, and set up your side crow. So put your right elbow into your left thigh, palms down, lean forward. Maybe your legs lift up for 3. You can kick your legs out as well. Now come through center. Find your chair, your twisting chair. Same pose. Wherever you are, stand up. See if you can catch your foot now again. And stretch it out. Revolved bird of paradise for 3. Cross your ankle over, drop down into your twist, to your pigeon chair pose for 3. Push your right sitting bone back. Try to have the weight towards your right heel, heart forward. If you have an arm or leg variation, of course you can play here. 2 more breaths. Now push into your right foot, stand up, stretch your leg forward. Hold for 3. Strong abdominal muscles. Drive your heel forward. Heart forward for 2. Hinge back. High lunge. Okay, 5 breaths. High lunge. Any arms? Hands behind your back, behind your head. Let's breathe for 5. Two more breaths. Bring your palms together. Exhale, rotate. Left elbow, right thigh. Twist for 5. Now, if you want to bind this up or split your arms, go for it here. Three more breaths. Last inhale. Moving to pyramid for a moment. Stretch it out. Shake out your hips. Let that go. Okay, going down for a little mobility work now. You want to drop your left knee down to the ground in a very short lunge. And then let your right knee go over your foot. Drop down. Keep your heel on the ground. All right, so finding your range of motion here in that right hip. So we fired up those hip flexors a bit so far. So now just getting down into it. All right, now for the next 5, open your right foot out and then externally rotate that hip out to the side for 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now as you drop back, take your left knee out, left foot out, and then slide your right foot in. Have a seat. So now we're in this position, which we often warm up in, where our right knee is out and our left foot is in. So just gonna pulse back a moment and try to drop that left hip. Some of you, your left sitting bone is easily down. That's awesome. Just a little pulsing here. Prepare for that. So now let's go with the external rotation of the left hip. So bring your left knee up, keep your right shin on the ground, and then tap it down 1. Bring it up, tap it 2. Just 3 more. For 2. Last 1, take your left elbow inside and then try to sit up here. Now, you're just maintaining this stretch here, but maybe we're going to play a little bit here. You're going to take your right foot and bring it to the center line here. Okay, so my left elbow is on the inside of my left thigh. My right foot is lined up with the center of my pelvis. That will allow me to sneak forward, bring my palms down, and then lean into this. And maybe you're just right here in this little crouching position, push your hips back. But maybe you can stretch your left leg out. And then maybe from there, draw your right elbow in and then kick that right leg through Kundalini. For 2. Pull that knee back, right back to C. Okay, easy. Okay, bring your left knee back down, and now we're back into this seated position. Let's twist. Take your right hand out, grab your right wrist with your left hand, twist to the left, pulse. 1. Try to drop your left hip. 3 more. 3, 4. Now as you go 5, take your hands, grab your left shin, pull your chest up, and just take 3 breaths in this twist, pushing your left hip down, but trying to lift up out of that with your torso. Okay, it's going to bring us back up into the standing sequence. So we're here now, and we're going to pulse 5 times. Take your hands forward, push up onto your right shin, sit back down 1. Push up, sit down 2. 3 more, push. 3, with control. 2. Last one, we stay up. Take your hands down, shoot your left leg back, step your right foot forward. We're back up, warrior 2, set it up. Now, right forearm to thigh, left hand behind your back for a bound, half bound side angle. You can sneak that full bind, go ahead. No excuses, but I did a lot of lifting this morning. So full bind is gonna make some blood vessels in my forehead pop out. So I'm gonna work on a half bind here, feels pretty good. We'll take 3 more breaths. Good. Now we're going to fan pose to twist. So rotate, just release that. Take a breath at center and release. Okay. You don't want your legs super wide here, or else it's going to be very hard to twist without moving your hips. We're going to take our right hand down. Want it under your face, not between your feet. You want a little forward, almost like plank. Remember, we're going to keep that plank throughout class. Strong belly, stretch your left arm out, maybe up. Breathe for 5. You're welcome to bind this up, or half bind at least, if you want to go there. 3 more breaths. Release to center. Okay, last part. Turn to the front. You're back in low lunge. Let's move up, standing split. Take your left leg up. This is yours. Last pose on this side. So handstand, balancing of any nature, twisting, take it. 5 breaths. Two more breaths. Okay, forward, bend, and take a moment there. Let that go. Shake it out a little. Towel off if you need. Okay. Okay, so soften your knees, round on up to stand. Oh, okay, guys. Cyrus is really enjoying this class. You can see it in his eyes that are closed. Let's start. I'm moving over a little bit because I'm going to practice side crow if you want to join me, or you can stay centered if you're not going to. Again, your space, whatever you're working with. Stretch your arms up, and let's go. Oh, hi, chandelier. Left elbow, right thigh. Again, you can stay here, split your arms if you're with me, heels up, drop down. All right, you can just work this twist. The twist itself is challenging. You can just work your knees back. Otherwise, palms down, sneak forward, and then find your side crow. You can play with the legs. And then let's meet back into twisting chair at the top of your mat. Look down for balance, lift your right heel, stand up, and again, maybe you can catch your foot and play with that revolved bird of paradise, 3 breaths. We're going to pigeon, drop it over, sit down. Again, just a few moments, but you can play if you want here. Forward bend, any arm variation. 2 more breaths. And then stand up, stretch your right leg forward. Here's your psoas. Breathe for 3. Swing your leg back, high lunge. Settle in for 5. So again, any arms here, you can move around a bit, you can play. Three more breaths. Pull your palms to your heart, rotate your right elbow outside of your left thigh, and take your twist for 5, whatever you played with on the other side. Take your time, move into pyramid for a moment, and just stretch it out, shake out your hips. Okay, going to our mobility work today. So come into that short lunge. You want it short so that your left knee can sink in front of your foot. Drive your heel down. Just 5 pulses straight over the foot. If you can really drive your heel down, you should feel a little calf stretch at the end there. Okay, now we'll go external. So rotate your foot out. Let your hip open. Knee still tracking over your foot. Two more. And 5. So now you're going to bring your right foot out, hands down, and then have a seat and bring your left foot back in. So now we're in this seated position and we're going to work the rotation of our right hip. So hands come behind you and then pull your right hip up and then drop it down. Keep your left shin on the ground, your left knee down to help. We've got 3 more. Okay, number 5, we hold, come up, bring your right elbow inside of your thigh. Now you can just, again, stay here and push and try to drop your right hip. All right, that might be enough and you work with that. But if you want to play, not a strange angle, I'll figure it out, come forward, and then you just crouch down. Maybe you can lift and extend your right leg out, and then maybe you can push down and then lift up and kick your left leg back, Kondinyasana. And you come right back to sit. Ooh, there we are. Right knee down. And didn't pulse last time, so let's just pulse back into that right hip a few times. I always know when I forget something, I just don't always know what it is. But I know it's in there. Okay, now, left hand out, grab your left wrist with your right hand, pulse to the right 1, 2, push that right hip down, right sitting bone, 3, 4, now 5, take your hands over your shin and just enjoy this spinal twist for the next 3 breaths. You can pull up on your shin and push your hips down. Oh, there we go, right sitting bone down now for 2. And back to center. Okay, now let's come back up. So we'll pulse up 5 times. You can bring your hands forward, push down, come up onto your left shin. With control, drop 1. 2, 3 more. Last 2. Final 1 brings us up. Up, lean forward. Right leg back, step your left foot forward. Warrior 2, and we're back up. Okay, home stretch on the standing stuff. You can take a half bind or full bind here. 5 breaths. Just don't want to crush my microphone here. Strong back leg, that's your anchor here. Breathe for 3. Wrap your left sitting bone in, rotate the left side of your chest up for 2. And then let's release to fan pose, pivot to center, and release for a breath. All right, again, feet are not super wide on this or else you're going to lose your base. Left hand under your face or neck, right in the middle of your feet, again forward of your feet, but centered in between them. Right arm out to the side, rotate up, and then again, arm variation of your choice. Keep driving your left inner thigh away from you so that you're not turning your hips into this twist. 4 more breaths. Last inhale. And release to center, take a breath. Okay, standing split, last standing pose. Rotate to the front, stretch your right leg up. This is yours. Take it where you will, 5 breaths. Last 2 breaths. And then release your right foot to the ground. Bend your knees. Have a seat. Stretch your legs out. Okay. That was a nice journey there. Not done yet. Let's do a little more work. I'm going to have my overlord helping out here. Okay, so let's take goddess pose. Bring your feet together, Baddha Konasana. And we're going to do a little pulse work here for our inner thighs. So feet come together. We're going to start working hands behind you, lift your hips up, and then pulse forward and back a few times. So back to a little bit of mobility work. And then every time you just inch in a little bit more if you can, whatever your knees will tolerate there. Maybe your knees are down, which is awesome, and then just kind of swing side to side a little bit. Now, what we're about to do is very easy to confuse with crunches. I do not teach crunches. I do not do crunches, at least in the traditional sense of the flexion of your spine, right? So, for example, sit back down. What I'm not going to do is round and do this motion of crunching. We can even practice it here. Think more of elongating your spine and then pulsing your chest up with your abdominal muscles engaged. Right? Totally different sensation if you're engaged and you're pulsing up rather than this kyphosis in your upper back, this rounding. Right? So as you lie back, keep your goddess legs and then arms forward. So instead of thinking, I want to get forward and create that rounded back, I want to pulse my chest up with my lower back down. So there is a little movement forward, but it's really up, up, up. 6, 7, 8, 10. Good, 10 more. 10. Pulse. Push your feet together. 7, 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay up, arms outside your thighs, stretch your legs out. Let's cross our ankles. 1, 2, 3. There's 10, 10 more. 9, 8, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center, boat pose. And release down. Shake it out. Okay. Take your left foot in for Janu Shirshasana. Open that hip out to the side. Turn over your right leg. Lengthen out. And enjoy for the next 10 breaths. Flex your right foot. Use a strap or towel if you'd like. Enjoy that stretch in the back of your right leg. Lengthen your heart forward. Don't worry about how far down you go. Think about how long can I keep my spine here? How active can I keep my right foot so that I'm not just letting it sag? Five more breaths. And come back up. Okay, so moving to ankle to knee pose, right leg on top. So you can stretch your left leg out and keep a half ankle to knee if that pigeon warm up on standing felt good, or you can go full ankle to knee, which is what I'm going to do today. And get right into those hips. So as always, you want to make sure your right foot is off of your left knee. It's not just pushing down into it. We'll be here for a little bit. So flex your feet. I always start upright for a few moments. Some people have very open hips, and that's awesome. You can come right down. I like to ease in and let my breath sort of dictate how I go, cultivating a sense of softness on every breath. We're trying, right? And again, this is one of those poses where I know it's been many months since I've taught a group, but where people get very self-conscious about it. Oh, I'm super tight. I don't do this, that. My knees are never going to touch. And I'll just remind you, I've been practicing yoga for 21 years, and my knee has never automatically gone to my ankle. It gets there after about a minute, right? So really got to settle into this pose. Just recognize a few things. Where your hips sit, in, like genetically, does make a difference in postures like this. There are many factors from hip tightness to anything with your knees or ankles going on. So the important part here is recognizing where you are and then maintaining your focus and kind of settling into that. It's a nice little metaphor for life in general, right? Especially at a time when there's so much that's out of our hands right now. But what you do have some control over is how you react to the things that are out of your hands. So for the next 5 or 6 breaths on this side, just work for contentment wherever you are. That's always my goal, as challenging as it is sometimes. Come on up to sit. Oh, stretch your legs out. Good morning. Okay. Or whatever time you're taking this. All right. Left leg is out. Janu Shirshasana. Bend your right knee. Turn over your left leg. Lengthen out and fold. So as I threw in before, my wife is actually doing trigonometry right now. She's in school again. And I have mentioned she will be teaching some classes. Her class ends this week, so very soon you'll be seeing her on this channel as well. You'll get a few classes in August with her, and I highly recommend them because it's how we met through yoga, and she's a wonderful instructor. So you'll have a lot of fun. Very dynamic movement as well, as that is her training. Keep your left foot flexed here, lengthen out, and then just keep softening for another 5 deep breaths. Come on back up. Stretch your right leg out for a moment and let it go. And her classes will be in addition to mine. I'm keeping my schedule as is for a while here. Okay, ankle to knee pose. So if you did half on one side, do it on the other. Or come up top. I'm laughing because we had a very heavy 90 minutes of leg squats and deadlifts today, so I need this work right now. All right, settle in. Again, you want to keep both feet flexed, especially your left foot, but keep both feet flexed for the duration. Kind of easy to space out in this pose. So keep that integrity in your legs, keep that length in your upper body, and then soften your head, soften your jaw, your forehead, soften your thoughts, hopefully deepen your breath. Five more deep breaths here. Come on up and stretch your legs out in front of you and shake them out. Let's try one more little thing here for our last pose. So staff pose, wonderful pose. You take your palms down right next to your hips, you flex your feet, you engage your quadriceps, and you push up. Right, so that's it. It's just a strong staff pose. Right, engage your core, engage your shoulders, everything's engaged. What I like about this is you can hold staff, or you can point your toes and then lift your butt, swing your legs back a little bit, your hips back, and then lift your feet off the ground. Oof, hip flexor. So nice activity to try. All right, so start with your staff, and then we're going to fold into that. So flex your feet strong. What I like about it is your abdominals are engaged, your shoulders, and then you just start to lean forward from staff, which brings you to your Paschimottanasana. Lengthen out, and then soften for the next few moments. Take 5 more deep breaths. Curl on up and come to lie on your backs. I'm going to leave you here, but take a few minutes for Shavasana or a meditation practice if you'd like. And I had fun with that flow. I hope you did as well, everyone. I'll see you on Thursday for another stretch session. Namaste.